Coming up on Everyday Kentucky, we're hearing about Woodford County's 4th of July Palooza taking place next week.
And we're hearing more about a fun triathlon taking place at the YMCA this summer.
And then we're getting an inside look of Limestone Farms bourbon.
Bringing you the brightest in the bluegrass. This is Everyday Kentucky.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm India Jones, and welcome to Everyday Kentucky.
And I'm Jim Caldwell, and you heard a different voice, and now you see a different face. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome UK football great, Kentucky high school football great, NFL star, Tim Couch to Everyday Kentucky. It is so good to see you.
Thank
you for being here.
Absolutely.
You got some big hands. I can see how you can really toss that ball. You did.
Here's the funny thing about that, Jim. When the camera tried to look at him, it had to go all the way.
I
can scoot down here.
Looking good. We are so glad to have you on our show here, hosting with us today and talking about some interests that you were tied into here coming up. A new business venture for you, I presume, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to partner with Limestone Farms. It's a great opportunity for me and the other investors as well. It's a heck of a product. We're really excited about it and can't wait for everyone to try it.
Tim, I think a really big deal right now is the fact that you're here and a lot of people look up to you. Can you give some of those, youngins out there a little bit of word of advice, especially if they're trying to come up right behind you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to believe in yourself, and continue to work. I came from a very small town in eastern Kentucky of 350 people, and not many NFL quarterbacks come from that town. So I had to have a lot of belief in myself and a lot of confidence, and just continue to work and believe in yourself and go as far as you can.
Absolutely.
While you were at Kentucky, you broke 26 school records, and you went on to play for the Cleveland Browns. You were the #1 overall draft pick, 1999.
I mean,
I have to say it like that.
That means we're getting old.
That's exactly what that means. And I myself have traveled along the Tim Couch Pass in Leslie County many times over there. They named a strip of the road after you. And you were Mr. Football. And what year was that?
That would have been 96, I believe.
1996.
Yeah.
What a career. And here you are back in Lexington with us. Where do you live full time now?
I live in Lexington.
You do? Okay,
yeah,
I wasn't sure.
My kids are in school here. My kids go to Lexington Christian Academy, so I'm here in Lexington now.
Excellent.
I was going to say, Jim, you're a little personal there. You want to ask his address next?
I didn't know if well, what's your address? No, I just wanted to see if he was back here, and of course, it gives you a great opportunity to team up, like we talked about with your venture. Look at some of this video right there. Who's that number 3? Do you remember that guy?
I remember him well. That's my guy, Craig Geese, right there.
That was you two were the dynamic duo while you were at the University of Kentucky, and it was awesome to watch you all play. And I know you get asked about this stuff all the time because you're a football guy, and that's what people like to go to. I'm a weather guy. People come and they want to talk about the weather. Okay,
right.
So I'm going to talk to you about football. This is the way it's going to go.
Perfect.
What is your biggest memory at the University of Kentucky, the greatest memory?
I've had so many great ones. I think the biggest one that stands out to me is when we beat Alabama.
Yes, I thought you were going to say that.
The game went into overtime. I don't think Kentucky hadn't beaten Alabama, and I want to say it was like 75 years or something like that. So the game goes into overtime, and we were talking about Craig Geese. I was able to throw a touchdown pass to Craig Geese in overtime to win the game, and the fans rushed the field, tore the goalpost down, and just one of those moments you live for as a college quarterback.
It was legendary. I can still see that video of them flooding the field. I wasn't at the game, but quite the experience. And again, so glad. I'm looking at all this.
Look at all of it.
In our teleprompter, we have all these accomplishments. You were a Heisman Trophy finalist as well, and I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you come back and you're back here in Kentucky. I mean, it's got to be an overwhelming feeling, right?
It's great. I grew up in this state, born and raised. I love Kentucky. Lived kind of all over the country for a little while, playing sports and traveling. But when I started having kids, I knew that I wanted to be in Kentucky and raise my kids here. So I really love this state, really loved being back here and just being part of the community again. And, having things like this with Limestone Farms, that I can get back out in the community, get a product out to the community that I believe in, that I really like. And hopefully everyone else does too.
And we're going to talk about this more later, but there's an event coming up that you're going to be doing some signing too. Right?
Yeah. Tonight I'll be at Liquor Barn over here in Hamburg, signing some autographs, taking pictures, having some bourbon with some fans. So I'll be there from 4 to 6 tonight.
Excellent.
We'll talk more about that coming
we,
up.
We will. We've got a whole bunch of things to go on this show.
Absolutely, but let's start with what's trending this morning, if you don't mind. So, L81 has an exciting update for fans.
They're bringing back the blackberry flavor, but it's only for a limited time.
They posted a video on Facebook last night making the announcement. It will be available on July 10th.
All right, Tim, but now are you
Are you an L8 fan?
Are you an L8 fan?
Well, it got to be from
You
Kentucky.
got to be, right?
Absolutely, most definitely. So, what's your favorite L8 flavor? Because you know now they're coming out with all these different flavors.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, really.
Yeah.
I like them all. You know, I mean, I haven't found one that I don't like. 'Cause I'll say
Okay.
that.
Yeah. But I can't. I'm still classic fan. You know,
Classic.
I like classic. I was going to say classic, but I
Absolutely.
thought that was a little boring.
I was going to say, you know.
I like the classic though.
It's okay. I'm boring.
But I can
It's all
appreciate
right.
you saying classic and not like the, classic zero,
Right,
no
right.
sugars.
No, you got to go for the real thing.
You got to go.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
Well, the votes are in, and people in Lexington are talking about which restaurant they missed the most.
Earlier this month, the Herald Leader held a poll on restaurant chains that have left Lexington. Contenders include Chi-Chi's, Don Pablo's, and O'Charlie's.
And we now have the results with more than 300 votes. Perkins took the top spot. Chi-Chi's came in second, followed by Daryl's and Chop House. Now, when I was a kid and I grew up in Sigersville, down the Mountain Parkway, my mother would always, every time we came to Lexington, she had to go to Chi-Chi's. Back then, we didn't have a lot of Mexican
good,
restaurants
man,
in
yeah.
Eastern
Yeah.
Kentucky. Now you find more, but you go to Chi-Chi's, and that's the kind of the big deal for us. When you first got to Lexington back in the 90s, a lot's changed as far as the restaurant
A lot has
landscape
changed.
too,
Yes.
hasn't it?
Yeah, tremendously. Not a whole lot of this was here. Hamburg wasn't really a thing back when I was in college, and the downtown scene has changed a lot with the restaurants going in with the addition of like Tony's and Jeff Ruby's and restaurants like that. So it's been great to see the city develop over the years.
So, out of all of the different chains that have left, which one would you bring back?
I thought Chi-Chi's was going to be
I
number one. I was a
know.
Chi-Chi's fan as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
So we used to do the same. Coming up from Eastern Kentucky, we would come into town, we would go to Chi-Chi's because you didn't get a lot of Mexican restaurants back
Right.
then.
No,
so
yeah.
I would go with Chi-Chi's on that one.
Absolutely.
Well, nothing says July 4th like a hot dog at a ballpark, and Pepsi wants to get in on that tradition with a new product.
Oh, check this out. So, the beverage brand is releasing its first ever condiment, Pepsi Cola Chip.
The special sauce has caramel notes and citrusy pops. It's infused with Pepsi, smoked tomatoes, cinnamon, thyme, oregano, paprika, onions, and ketchup. The limited edition sauce is available July 4th at 4 U.S. ballparks.
All right.
Yeah, we all got silent. Did you catch that? It was like, no one said anything after that. Well, my question, Tim, would you try it? It's like a Pepsi ketchup.
It's not high on my list
Right.
to try, I'll say that. Yeah.
But we appreciate Pepsi for trying it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We get it.
I bet you they sell out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they
yeah.
will.
They'll get a good response for it, and then people will like it or hate it. It's
I
one of
know,
the two.
right?
All right, we're asking, do you like your bourbon neat or in a cocktail? That's in our web poll for today. How do you like it?
Let's see. It looks like it's split 50-50. All right, you can vote right now by searching for Everyday Kentucky on Facebook. Click the profile picture, view the story, and cast your vote. Also, head over to Instagram and you can vote there. WKYT Everyday KY. Oh my goodness, I know you're trying to figure out what's happening right now. Look, I love animals. I'm just so excited.
We are excited, and today is National Rottweiler Day.
That is correct. So we are joined by WKYT's Master Control Operator, Billy Hall, and of course his buddy. Hello, honey, this beautiful Rottweiler. We're so glad you was able to come and hang out with us. We never see you, Billy.
Always working.
Absolutely. So your pet's name is St. John, correct?
Right.
So tell us, how long have you had St. John?
I've had him since he was 7 weeks old. He's now 3.5 years old.
And he's a hoss, let me tell you.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
He's a big old boy,
Yeah.
but he is a baby. That's the thing.
That
you know.
is.
All right, this is Rottweiler Day. What's the origin of the Rottweiler? You're
They
a
just
fanatic.
started in 2021. The origin I really don't know. I just found out about it myself last year.
Yeah.
But they're an incredible breed. They're incredibly smart. They love people.
So Billy, what made you get a Rottweiler?
I wanted one since the first time I saw one, which was back when I saw the Omen for the first time.
Oh, the
when I was
Omen.
a kid.
Okay, all right.
So many lifetimes later, I wound up getting one.
Oh, look,
Look at this. Oh, look at
Is
this.
that a baby Jim as well?
That's a baby
Yeah,
Jim.
That's a baby Jim, and that's baby Sinjin when he was about 4 months old.
He's the only dog I have ever
him.
officially walked on Walking the Dog segment.
true.
Oh, really?
And right there you see Sinjin in that early TV
And that's
appearance.
his first picture right there when he was probably 4 weeks old.
Now,
That's him in one of his favorite places, which is the Bluegrass Barkery.
well,
love
I can imagine
that.
really
And
like
then his
that.
very favorite places, they're showing where he's at now. Those pictures are taken at the Twin Lakes Kennel in Lancaster.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You know, the dogs are a lot of responsibility. They all have their own quirks. Different breeds have different
Right.
quirks. What do you find the most fascinating about yours?
About him,
Yeah.
how funny and silly he can be.
Really?
And clumsy. They're incredibly smart. If anyone were to decide to get one, the first thing I would tell them to do is socialize from the second you get them. That just helps tremendously. Then training on top of that. He is basic and advanced trained as well as AKC Good Citizen certified.
So what does that mean? Does that mean he can jump in the water and save me, or what does that mean, Billy? You got to tell me.
What does that mean? It means he knows 10 basic skills. Right now, I'm putting he's training as a therapy dog.
Okay.
And when he's done with that, we're going to go to nursing homes and veteran centers to visit with people that society pretty much forgets.
Right, absolutely.
Well, Billy, thank you for bringing him on.
Well,
We're so
I'm glad
that
y'all
we were
had him.
able to
And
see
he
him.
is tickled to death to be here, as you can tell.
Absolutely, and celebrating National Rottweiler Day. Thank you so
Well,
much
thank you
for
all.
that. Absolutely.
Come on, Sinjin, let's go, Bubby.
Let's go. Oh, there you go. And what, just like that.
dog.
Now, very friendly dog. Now that's. Do you have any pets?
I do have 2 dogs.
Do you?
Yeah, I love dogs.
Yeah, well,
What kind of
Not that
dogs?
big. I've got little dogs like golden doodles.
Oh, golden doodle. Yeah.
I got you. But,
Right up our alley.
And there's something about, you know, for years I wasn't a pet person. I wasn't. And then
Right.
all of a sudden I fell in love during the pandemic. I fell in love with our Yorkie.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then we've been best friends, and I even went out and bought another dog.
It happens.
It does.
does.
You just kind of get addicted. So that's where we are.
Great.
So, all right.
Coming up on Everyday Kentucky.
That's right. We are sitting down with the folks at Barbasol.